Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive.
Always exciting.
And we're always thinking about our furry friends, and especially in the evening when you take your dog for a walk, and you know the visibility is dropping and it's getting a little darker.
Absolutely.
So we thought we'd do a deep dive into the world of LED dog collars, and we've got a great review here from For the Love of Dogs Australia.
Fantastic source.
Yeah, an Aussie blog for Aussie dog owners.
Yeah.
So
Perfect.
we're in good hands, I think.
Definitely.
And it's really interesting because, something as simple as an LED collar
Right.
can really transform from a fun accessory into a vital safety tool.
It really can. I think the blogger actually mentions that they had some near misses, almost accidents because dogs just become blurry shapes in low light.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I've certainly had that experience in the park when the sun's going down.
Yeah,
You're trying to spot your dog, and it's like,
absolutely.
we're concerned.
And, for cyclists as well.
Yeah.
People on bikes,
Oh.
Especially as it starts to get dark, if you've got a brightly lit collar, that just makes such a difference.
For sure. For sure. So that's where this ION light-up collar comes in. And it's designed specifically with Australian conditions and dogs in mind. And one of the things that caught my eye in the review was this mention of fiber-optic technology.
Yeah.
So is that what makes this collar stand out in terms of brightness?
Yeah, that's a big part of it. It allows the light to be distributed evenly along the entire length of the collar, so it's visible from all angles,
Oh.
as opposed to, some cheaper options that might just have a single bulb or something,
Right.
which could be harder to see from the side.
Makes sense.
And they actually claim it makes your dog visible from hundreds of meters away,
Wow.
even in complete darkness.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
But, I'm all for safety, but let's be real here. The collar's got to be comfortable, too.
Yeah, for sure.
I've seen some of those bulky LED collars, and I'm thinking,
Yeah.
that would really bug my dog.
Right. Yeah. You don't want anything that's going to chafe or irritate,
Exactly.
especially if you're going on long walks.
Right. So what does the review say about this ION collar and the comfort and fit?
Well, they actually rave about how lightweight and comfortable it is.
Okay.
The blogger even mentions that their dog, who's usually quite sensitive to things like collars and harnesses,
Yeah,
didn't mind wearing this one at all,
that's a good sign.
even on long walks.
Yeah, which actually makes me think about the battery life.
Right.
I mean, speaking of long walks, you don't want the light to die halfway through your evening adventure.
Yeah, absolutely not.
So what did you find out about that?
Well, this is where things get really interesting, I think, both from a practical and an environmental standpoint.
Okay.
The ION collar is USB rechargeable.
Oh, nice.
So, no more fiddling with tiny batteries.
Right.
And no more contributing to battery waste.
Yeah.
So a quick charge and you're good to go for several walks, which is, win-win for our wallets and the planet.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, reading through this review, they don't say anything about washing it.
Right.
How do you handle that?
That's a great question, and it's important for any dog collar, really.
Yeah.
While they don't go into the specifics of cleaning instructions, they do emphasize that it is both splash-proof and weather-resistant.
Right.
So given that it's, designed for active Aussie dogs
Yeah.
and, our climate with all the rain and everything,
Unpredictable.
I would assume that it can withstand at least a gentle wipe down.
Right. Okay. So we've covered brightness, comfort, and battery life. What about durability? I mean, Australian conditions can be pretty tough on dog gear.
Absolutely. And the reviewer really highlights the robust construction.
Yeah.
They talk about its ability to withstand rain, mud, and even the occasional swim.
Oh, wow.
And they actually compare it favorably to some other popular brands that are known for their durability.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Especially if your dog loves a good splash in a puddle or romp through the bush.
Exactly.
And what I love is that this collar is Australian owned and made. Yeah, definitely.
And the blogger even mentioned the great customer service they received.
Always a bonus. And, it's always great to support local businesses, especially when they're putting out such a high-quality product.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of quality, I noticed the review included this handy comparison chart
Yeah.
that pits the ION collar against some other options that are available here in Australia.
Right.
So it really breaks down the key features and how they stack up.
Yeah.
One of the things that I noticed on the chart was this mention of Co-B LEDs.
Okay.
What are Co-LEDs and how do they compare to regular LEDs?
Yeah. So CO-B stands for chip on board.
Okay.
And it's basically a more advanced type of LED technology.
Uh-huh.
So instead of having multiple individual LED bulbs,
Right.
CO-B LEDs actually pack a whole bunch of tiny little diodes onto a single chip.
Oh, wow.
And this allows for a much more intense and evenly distributed light,
Okay.
which is really ideal for a dog collar because you want that visibility from all angles, right? So if I'm reading this chart correctly, it seems like the ION collar is one of the few that actually uses this Kyobi LED technology.
That's right. Yeah. And it gets top marks for brightness and battery life as well.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
So they haven't skimped on the quality.
No, they haven't.
And it seems like it's pretty competitively priced, too.
Yeah, especially when you consider all the features and the fact that it's Australian made.
Right. Okay.
Mm.
Before we get too carried away, though, we need to talk about sizing.
Right.
Because I'm sure a lot of listeners are wondering, how do you choose the right size for your dog?
Yeah, well, the review includes a sizing guide
Okay.
with measurements for small, medium, and large collars.
Okay.
But what I found really great is that the ION collars are adjustable.
Oh, fantastic.
So you actually have a couple of centimeters of flexibility to
To
get
get-
that perfect fit,
That's a relief.
even if your dog falls between sizes.
Because I'm terrible at guessing my dog's measurements.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny, we've been talking a lot about the practical safety benefits.
Yeah.
But there's a part of me that just thinks these collars look really cool.
Oh, absolutely. I think the visual aspect shouldn't be underestimated.
Yeah.
You know, just imagine a pack of dogs walking through a park at dusk with their collars glowing.
Yeah.
It's really eye-catching.
Yeah.
And I think it also creates kind of a sense of community.
Yeah, and it's definitely more stylish than those clunky reflective vests some people use.
For sure.
It makes me think about how the glowing collar might affect the dog's experience.
Hmm.
You know, could it make them feel more confident or secure,
Interesting.
especially in unfamiliar or dark environments?
That's a really fascinating question. And it's not something that the review touches on.
Right.
You know, there aren't a lot of studies out there specifically on LED collars and dog behavior.
Yeah.
But there is some research that suggests that dogs can be affected by certain colors and lights.
Right.
So it's certainly plausible that a brightly lit collar could, you know, create a sense of safety and visibility for the dog itself.
Nice.
Kind of like how a nightlight might soothe a child.
Yeah,
It'd be interesting to see some more research on that.
for sure. Now, the review focuses mainly on evening walks,
Right.
but I'm already thinking about other situations where a glowing collar could be beneficial.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, for example, if you live in a rural area
Right.
or you like to take your dog camping,
Yeah.
you know, that extra visibility in low light could be really crucial for keeping track of them.
I'm also thinking about off-leash dog parks
Yeah.
as the sun's setting.
Right?
You know, it can get really hard to keep an eye on your dog, especially if they have dark fur.
Absolutely.
So a glowing collar
Yeah.
could really make a world of difference.
Yeah, you're right. It's not just about cars seeing your dog. It's about you being able to see your dog.
Exactly.
It's about that extra layer of safety and peace of mind.
For sure. For sure. So it seems like there's really endless possibilities.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so let's recap what we've learned about the ION light-up collar.
Okay, so we've got a brightly lit collar that uses this advanced COB LED technology for maximum visibility.
Right.
Battery life, thanks to that USB rechargeability.
Right. And plus it's Australian made and comes with glowing reviews about their customer service.
That's right.
This has been a really interesting deep dive. You know, I used to think that LED collars were just kind of a trendy gimmick, but
Yeah.
now I'm seeing them as, you know, really practical and versatile.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's about going beyond the initial assumption and really exploring the benefits.
Yeah.
And that brings me to a final thought I'd like to leave you with.
Okay.
We've talked about a lot of these practical applications for the ION collar, but what about the potential for innovation?
Okay.
Could this type of technology be adapted for other uses beyond just collars?
Ooh, now you're getting me thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see it being integrated into harnesses, leashes,
Right?
even dog clothing.
Exactly. Imagine like a lightweight, flexible LED strip that could be sewn into a dog's jacket,
Yeah.
you know, for maximum visibility during winter walks.
Right.
Or maybe even a flashing LED beacon attached to a dog's life vest
Okay.
for water safety.
That's a brilliant idea.
Yeah,
It seems like the possibilities are really endless.
definitely.
And it all started with a simple review of a dog collar.
That's the beauty of innovation.
Well, folks, there you have it.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a way to enhance your dog's safety and visibility, the ION light-up collar seems like a really fantastic option.
Absolutely.
And who knows, maybe it'll even spark some creative thinking about other ways we can use light and technology to improve our lives and the lives of our furry companions.
Keep exploring those possibilities.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of LED dog collars. Until next time, happy walking.